For the one who is least among all of you is the one who is the greatest. I think the life of St. Vincent de Paul is a great example of what Jesus means by these words. In another gospel, he expresses in the form, the one who wants to be the greatest must be the servant of all. Vincent was born into a very poor family. And in order for him to get out of that social economic, situation that he found himself in, he decided to become a priest. As a priest, he was very gifted, very talented, good speaker. So he became very much, close to many of the aristocratic families of his time and became kind of like the chaplain to some of the rich families. Until one day, he was asked to go hear the confessions of a poor servant who was dying. That experience changed his life. He realized that he didn't come just for the rich. It's not about him, but about serving the poor of his time. From that moment on, he began to minister mostly to the poor. He formed a religious community of men, as well helped to form a religious community of women, the Daughters of Charity, who cared for the poor, the sick. And they were one of the first communities who would go out to where the poor and the sick are rather than expect them to come to their convent and to their churches. Even till today, Holy Family is blessed to have a St. Vincent de Paul group of lay people who tends to help the poor and meet their needs, whether food or shelter or other necessities. If you want to be the greatest, you need to be the least. Jesus said not too long ago, we heard it on the Sunday Gospel, anyone who tries to save his life will lose it. But whoever loses his life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. That's what these words mean in true life. And we're all called to be servants of one another. We are called to follow the example of Jesus, who came to serve and not to be served. Yesterday we heard about our brothers and sisters in Haiti and their needs, and it's a wonderful thing that our community comes together to reach out and to help to provide some of the basic necessities that they have, just drinkable water, food, education, medical attention. Wherever we give to the Lord for the sake of God and for the sake of the gospel, God will take, bless it, and give it back to us 100-fold. So let us be afraid. Let us trust in God's generosity and be generous ourselves.